Alright, we're gonna be watching Flux playing Anna. This is Gold 5 on PC. Hi, I recently picked up Overwatch again. I played Overwatch 1 for maybe 20 25 hours total. I placed Bronze 5 when Overwatch 2 launched. I made the Gold 5 now, thanks ML7. I've been meaning Anna on support mostly, but I'll switch to Kiriko if the enemy team was really jumping on me, and also sometimes Baptiste. The only other competitive FPS I played is Rainbow Six Siege. Some stuff in there, but anyway, I've been climbing with Anna with a 57% win rate this season, but there's some games where the enemy team absolutely walks over mine. In the moment, I don't realize I'm doing something stupid, but when it gets me or teammate killed, I realize it, but too late. I'm still wrapping my head around positioning. I tend to panic sleep a lot, which throws my accuracy off, and also have trouble giving nano to the right target when there are many people clustered in one spot. Sometimes my nanos, I feel, are not very useful either, where I will do it to save someone, but I don't know if that's any good. The VOD I'm linking is where I felt I played good-ish. We won in the end, but to be honest, I feel like we didn't totally deserve it. I'd like to hopefully hit Diamond one day. Alright, so my first note here, and like people do this all the time, I think people should stop showing off videos where they win. You're going to get way less feedback that is useful when you win versus when you lose. Because sometimes, like, your team just does really well, and there's like a void period where I'm like, yeah, now let's see here, your team's just kind of dominating, or like, yeah, everything's going right. Who needs advice when they're winning? You know what I mean? Like, if you're winning, you're crushing your games. Like, what am I supposed to say here? And like, yeah, maybe the game's close, but why not show a close game where you lose, and I can identify specific moments where I'm like, if you did this differently, you would have won. Okay, you even talked about the fact that there's some games where you get absolutely walked over. Those would be great games to demonstrate, right? Because I can talk through, like, okay, let's analyze why is your team getting walked over. It's possible there's just a huge team diff. I would say that almost never happens. Like, probably less than like 1 in 10 replays. I look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, you're just gonna get. There's nothing you can do to win this game. I think the overwhelming majority of replays, if when I look at them, I'm like, okay, yeah, clearly, like, you could have done a lot to change the outcome of this game. So it's just like a pet peeve of mine. I think it's just not very constructive. It's not as good a use of my time or yours to share replays where you win. I think you should share replays where you lose. All right, everybody's got losing games. Share the losing games. Anyway, that's on the side. Let's start watching. So you're Mercy here, and you're playing Anna, so you're gonna be main healing here. Expect to pocket your tank a lot, right? Again, if your tank dies, typically speaking, it's gonna be your fault, right? Unless your tank is out of position, it's gonna be your fault the tank dies. The Mercy should be pocketing this. You should heal the Cassidy there. And you should still heal the Cassidy. Watch. So, right here, you missed the Bastion, hit the Orisa, okay? So, as soon as that Cassidy got shot, you should have immediately had your crosshair ready to heal him, because you saw him eat the rocket, so he could die on the very next rocket. Then you're gonna miss him, right? Hit the Bastion, fine. Okay. I guess the Mercy does actually end up healing enough. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so right here, good tracking, right? 1, 2, Mercy dies. Alright, so something that I saw that another poster already said, because you actually got a pretty good review already, is you scope way too much, okay? After this, unscope right now, right? Then you scope, 1, 2, 3, right here, I would unscope. Like, this is no longer a good fight. The fair is shooting at you, right? Don't typically try to take a fight with a fair shooting at you, because you're going to eat this right here is why you don't want to do that. You eat that direct for 120. You have 3 shots here, and you can see that your Orisa's low. You should have looked for this opportunity right here to get the 3 shots into your Orisa. That can be life or death. Especially on the other team, if I just lost one, I know the only way that I can win the fight right now is to get a pick. All right, and I know if I'm the tank, I know you were shooting at my Mercy because I could see and hear it. I would try to kill the Orisa right now, understanding that you could not do anything about it for those few seconds. This is a big mistake here. This, honestly, your Orisa easily could have died here. I think that you should have made sure to get the rest of the healing. You had 3 shots left on the Orisa. Little stuff like that matters, especially when you start climbing. Okay, so again, like when you pan from left to right, unscope. Your instinct should always be unscoped as much as possible. Scoping makes you very, very slow. It's a really bad habit that you're starting right now of scoping too much, and you get punished for it really hard at higher ranks. In general, I just don't think you should play this angle right now. Okay, I think it's safer to play this angle than it is to play this angle. Because if anybody comes through like the flank right now, you can't necessarily hear or see it, and then you're screwed, right? Why don't you just play it here? Unless you look at their lineup and you see, oh, I see a Widow or something, don't play this angle. And even then, I don't necessarily know that I'd want to play that angle, even if there was a Widow. Alright, your team's just rolling. Again. So, you should notice right now that their hog has changed. Okay? Okay? On dead periods like this, always be checking the scoreboard. Recognize there's a hog here. There's a hog here. There is no way you want to be playing this spot. Okay? Because this is hookable from this door, and even from up here, conceivably be hooking. Now, yes, the hog could hook you here. It's a much easier sight line, right, for you to see it. Because right now, it's coming out of the corner of your eye. Here, you're looking at the hog straight up. So it's much more obvious that the hog is coming at you and you can dodge, right? Here, a little tougher for you to recognize that there's a hog that's ready to get you. Let's go to shot fair. Again, don't get overly obsessed with trying to kill the pharmacy here, okay? Again, this is basically right outside their spawn. Even if you kill them, it's only 15 seconds. Most important thing, don't die, keep people alive, all right? If they're playing this far back, this is not a distance where you expect them to die. I mean, your Cassidy's being absolutely crazy over here. But generally speaking, like, don't lose your overall awareness of the situation. Okay, you hear the hog. Sleep him. All right, go for the Moira, which is a good call. The thing is, you should have recognized right here, after you slept the hog, look to see what your team is going to do. Is your team going to wake him? You can see right here your team is shooting at him. So they're waking him right away. You should have tossed the nade at the hog. All right? And then from there, evaluated how much damage he was taking and then killed either the Moira or the hog. All right? I think it's okay to toss the nade at the hog and then shoot the Moira, but I think number one thing is you need nade on the hog right away, because watch this. He gets woken up. He's at half health right now. Nade would stop him from regenerating any health, right? And then he goes all the way down to here. So again, nade, very important. Kill the Mercy, right? Mercy has 30 health right now. Kill the Mercy. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4 shot, 5 shot. All right, also you didn't heal your Cassidy at any point. 6 shots. At no point in time did you go for the Mercy. That would have been the easiest high value kill, right? And then your Bastion kills everybody anyway, which is very lucky for you. All right, gonna skip ahead. Again, recognize there was a hog in this game. Okay, you never want to be playing any farther than like right here or right here. All right, that's how you get hooked. And even if you play a little farther away, it'll be even harder for them to hook you. But then the problem is you can't heal in the front as much. So just always stay near hard cover so you can cross the line and then break the hook. All right, hog is here. All right, you're scoped in. Hog goes with hook. And you're dead. So as I pointed out, the bad habits I mentioned earlier, right, where you peek too wide, you take a bad angle, you lose awareness, and you scope too much. All those things combine for you dying the hog there. Okay, there's no reason that you should die in that situation. That is like 100% a throw by you. There's no way that hog should ever land that hook. At higher levels, there's no chance that a hog would ever get a chance to that clean of a chance to hook you. Right? Watch. He just walks up and just hooks you. Okay, again. You're just chilling there. You're scoped. Right? 0 awareness. Walks up, hooks you. Bam. Dead. No reason that should happen. 0. All right. So you throw in the first fight. Maybe you have a chance for one more contest. Yep, right here. So you should recognize, hey, do we have anybody to actually contest this? We do not. It's just you and the Mercy, but you have plenty of time, and your team is right behind you. So just don't do anything silly. Don't even follow your Mercy. What are you gonna do out here, right? I don't even want to peek because I don't want to reveal the fact that we're already ready to go. Okay, so this going backwards is bad because you're gonna need to go forwards in a second. You don't want to break LOS in the Orisa and, for example, not be able to nano her in time, right? When she was getting hate damage, just go back to the heal. All right, go right back forwards. Your team's moving forwards right now, not backwards. Again, you need to be moving forwards right now. You are way too late to the party, right? Your Orisa's already down here and fighting, and look how far back you are, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now I can do something. Your Orisa can die or take critical damage in that period of time. You are way too far back. Again, ulti has gone off. All right, you pop nano. The funny thing is, like, somehow your Orisa is actually not taking as much damage as you would expect. She's at half health here. I would try continuing to heal at this point in time. The only thing that she's fighting, right, is the Bastion and the Moira, and the Bastion is not in tank form. So I'm not worried right now that the Orisa is going to die instantly. Also, I know the Pharaoh is dead. So one of the DPS is down, okay? The hog is somewhere. Where's the hog? Right under you, okay? So I don't think you nano here, right? I don't think this is a good call on the nano. All right, now the hog's coming in, and I'm like, okay, you throw this grenade way too far, I think. Yeah, way too far. Again, if you land the nade on your Orisa, it's great. So just looking at this, I don't know if you pop it reactively or it's pretty fast.
Get in there.
Yeah, I don't think you knew that ulti was coming. I think you're just chucking this. So this is an extra bad nade. There's no reason to be throwing this nade, right? It's really far away. It's hard to know where people are going to move. You're wasting this nade when you know there's a hog in play. Okay? Save sleep and nade for hog as much as possible. That is how you shut down hog. Okay? The best hero in the game for shutting out hog is Ana. Ana can completely ruin a hog's day at all levels of play. You can completely delete the hog from the game if you're good about saving sleep, saving grenade, and hitting him with one of the two every time he tries to do anything, right? And the Kiriko, let them cleanse one, and then hit him with the second one. All right, he misses sleep. That's fine. Once he does that, don't worry about it. Mercy's in Valk mode. She's not going to die. There's no reason Mercy should die in this situation, okay? Like, she's being silly and rezzing right now, and she might die to this, but generally speaking, once she's in Valk mode, and Hog has missed hook, she's immune to Hog, right? Just keep your Reese alive now. So your Reese is moving forward. So you have two options, right? Either drop down here quickly and get an angle, which is possible because the hog doesn't have hook, or number two, run over here, over high ground, and then go after your Orisa. There's no reason to be sitting back here. This is the worst possible call, right? Again, this is the safest position for you to be in, but if either the Mercy or the Orisa die here, the fight can be over anyway. Though actually not, because you have numbers advantage. But there's no point here to play safe, right? I would be aggressive here, right? Mercy's down. Drop down. Just drop down. You sleep, right? Drop down. Kill the hog. Well, they got him anyway. Right? Just help your team out. Alright, Bastion's up. So, this is confusing. Right? So Bastion here. You saw they're already peeking from the left. So why are you not focused on your tank on the left? Why are you looking to the right? Nobody here is injured. Like, the Cassie's missing one box, like 25 health. Who cares? Look at your tank. Please, look at your tank. You know, this is like really silly for you not to be doing this. Alright, you go to the right, you waste a ton of time here. Alright, Reaper's on top of you, go for the sleep, you hit a good sleep. But I don't suggest doing this in general, right? You're like, oh, there's a Reaper here? Let me run at him. What if you miss his sleep? What is your plan if you miss his sleep? You die, right? You nade him, he can kill you in 3 shots anyway. This is crazy, right? You should have been like, oh, there's a Reaper, and figure out where he is, try to poke him a little bit, right? Then try to hit the sleep. You miss sleep, then drop, and you're safe. Right? Running towards him and hoping that you hit this, like he could have Wraith, for example. Even if your accuracy is perfect, like hit scan, like aimbot level perfect, it doesn't matter because he could still Wraith and then you're dead. Right? Big mistake here. Right? So you challenge. So it should be shoot, nade, shoot, melee, and you should do it at point blank. All right? I don't know if you can guarantee to kill him, but I think you could have done a little more damage there. Right? Getting a dart in and getting a little more damage. Right? Heal the Cassidy. You see the Cassidy is super low. Okay, 2 options here. Heal the Cassidy or kill the Bastion, right? I think heal the Cassidy here because the Bastion doesn't actually have anybody else with him. And I'm going to assume the Cassidy is not going to miss on the Bastion. You know what I mean? It's 2 shots to kill this Bastion. So I think you just heal the Cassidy here. All right, fine. Yeah, Cassidy wins again. Really important to keep your Cassidy alive. You failed to do so. All right. So let's watch this, okay? Again, you can see that the Cassidy's in trouble, right? At close range against the Moira and the Reaper. You must heal. Like, damaging is not the right call here. You must heal to keep the Cassidy alive, but he's walking towards you. So he's going to break line of sight when he steps over here, right? Like, here is good, but once he steps over here, you can't heal him. Which means as he does this, you must instinctively be walking forwards to make sure you have line of sight. It's slightly more dangerous to you, but in this situation, there's nobody who can kill you. So you should be walking forwards quickly, right? You see how you move backwards? And because you move backwards, you lose line of sight. And because you lose line of sight, you can't heal. And because you can't heal, he dies. I think he is savable here, right? I think that if you land all these darts, I think he is savable. And I don't think those were unreasonable darts to hit. Again, right? See how slow you are getting that first heal off? Right? That's the only heal you give him, and then he dies. I think that was definitely winnable. All right, kill the Moira right now. Oh, you see, like the Moira's at half health. Just kill the Moira. Alright. Again, another wild nade. Goes nowhere. Like, don't throw nades if they're not going to land. Alright, that'd be a big advice. Don't throw nades if they're not going to land. If you're not sure, don't throw the nade. Again, I think you could have been damaging that Reaper even earlier. Right here, you already seen him. Start shooting him. Okay, why did you back around the corner to shoot the Bastion instead? Right, the Bastion was basically full health. Okay, watch again. Real time, right? You see the Reaper right there? You see the Reaper on your left, you see the Bastion on your right is full health. You run behind this for no reason, you shoot a dart at your Bastion, which I think actually misses anyway. then you kind of jiggle for a little bit. Like, you're wasting important seconds here, right? This is a critical moment of the game. Like, you have to be like playing well in these situations. Like, generally, it's not that intense. This is an intense moment of the game, especially since your tank died at some point in time when you were messing around back there. Honestly, I should probably go back and analyze that, but this is gonna make this video take forever. All right, you should keep the Bastion. Right? She's already got Coalescence up. There's no way you're killing her. This is a great nade moment, by the way. Right? A nade right here could definitely, you know, allow us to potentially have a win. But I don't know. Without your Orisa, it's gonna be really hard. Okay. Let's actually go back and watch and figure out how your Orisa died, because ultimately that's gonna be why you lose the play anyway. Okay. So you're over here. You're messing around. As I pointed out, it's really your job to kind of keep the Orisa up, right? Not your Mercy can keep up the DPS. Right, I can understand killing the Bastion here. Orisa gets charged. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a tricky situation.
60 seconds remaining.
I think you running forward to the Reaper probably was the big initial mistake, right? Because if you played over here, like I said, and then just basically peeled the Reaper off yourself, then you would have been continuing killing the Orisa and you would have been fine. So I would say the mistake kind of starts from there. Alright, so let's go right back here, right? So Bastion's gonna die. I don't know how to save dart.
30 seconds remaining.
Alright, Orisa's thinking about challenging this. So in this situation where you're getting chased down by Moira, do not run away from this. There's just no way, okay? Even if the Coalescence doesn't kill you, she can just kill you with right-click, right? Right-click and damage orb. As soon as this ends, she's going to have orb, and then you're dead, all right? What you should have done right here is when she was chasing you, what you recognize right here that she's chasing you, step forward, nade, and shoot her, right? That's immediately going to do like 125 damage, and she can no longer heal. Coalescence does 50 damage a second, so you have about a second and a half. If you land one more dart and a melee, you will kill her. You might also die, but you'll definitely kill her, right? So again, that's walk forward, nade, shoot, right? Or preferably shoot nade if you can pull it off. I would probably just, it's safer to do nade shoot, I think, at this angle, right? Because you can nade before she even turns the corner, right? Nade, shoot, melee, she's dead, right? You might also die, but she is also dead, and you might as well try to trade out in the situation. Trying to stay alive here is a mistake. Unbelievable that she does not kill you here. What the heck? Yeah. So that initial hesitation by her.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
So you should be dead here. This is certainly not a favored fight for you. So she messes up the tracking multiple times. All she has to do is melee you right now. Okay, she does that. All right. She heals you for a second for some reason. Then she pops this. She should just damage orb and just fade to get rid of purple, right? And then you're dead. She decides not to use orb, and she decides not to use fade. She misses the tracking and does the fade too late. This, you should be dead. This is not like a skill thing, or not a skill thing from your perspective. Like, if this was a GM Ana playing against like a platinum Moira, the Moira should win that. There's nothing really the Ana can do in that situation if the beginning of the sequence was what you did, right? You were easily killable there. All right, dying to the grenade here is really bad. But where the hell did this nade even come from? Did you stick the Orisa? Is that what happens here? Oh no, it's right here. Yeah, there's not a lot you can do about that. Yeah, I think it's just unfortunate, which is one of the reasons why it's important to not get staggered coming off the cart. Or kill a Mercy. Whenever you see Mercies do this like weird shit where they just float in the air, just kill them. Right? Your aim is actually pretty good. There's your scoped aim, that is. Right? Whenever they do this, just kill them. Every single time you see this, unless somebody else is imminently going to die, no one is, right? The Orisa is the only person you can be healing, and you're not, you know, an angle. Just hit them, right? 1, 2 darts are ready, right? And then that could have been your third dart right there. I don't know why you're looking this way. Your Orisa has just finally come down from behind the pillar and desperately needs healing right now. I think you're looking to the right because you hear the Moira, but first of all, by footstep sounds, you can generally identify, like, you know, are they DPS, are they tank, or whatever, and Moira's footstep sounds will be pretty soft, so you can tell it's not a DPS. Second, you can see basically everyone right here, right? Third, even if there was somebody flanking you, your Orisa's about to die. So even if there's a Reaper about to come up on you, if you don't save your Orisa right now, then like nano her, then this fight's over anyway. Okay, you spend way too long looking for this. Your Orisa is just over there, just getting absolutely wrecked. Like I want to show you just how long you were looking and messing around. Your Orisa, by the way, is grossly out of position, but so be it. All right, has not been healed, still not been healed to you, not been healed, not been healed, not been healed, still hasn't been healed, still hasn't been healed, still hasn't been healed, still hasn't been healed, and finally you go and heal the Orisa. Did you do anything constructive in that period of time? I don't think so. I seriously doubt it. All right, you're looking around. Again, the Moira's under you. Go for the sleep. You totally whiff sleep. You totally whiff nade. You try to shoot the Moira. Again, this is like the panic. I can see you're like, oh god, there's a Moira chasing me. If only I had tools to deal with this that you threw away carelessly. Okay, and then you have a chance to nano right here, but oh, you get it off. So at least that's something. All right, I'm not gonna watch too much more of this because this is a pretty long video already, I think. In fact, why don't I just switch to offense? Because offense is going to be a different style at least. It's all pretty regular. Again, I would have your Mercy mostly focus on DPS, and you focus on your tank. Because you're running Hog, your Hog's not a particularly greedy tank, doesn't need a lot of healing. Look for an opportunity to get kills. Okay, great, yep. Cool, good, right? High impact. Did you just reload there? 10. You have 9 shots right here. Just keep healing your Hog. Right? I know the shield's up, but like keep healing your Hog. It's alright, it's fine. Heal your Bastion, walk forwards. Walk forwards. Walk way forwards. You should be the one on the cart right now. Like this is already in chase down mode. Okay, you killed 2 initially, you should have known the fight was over. Again, playing way too far back. Step forwards, like all the way up, play on the cart, right? 3 people on the cart moves it. If you're the 3rd person on the cart, then somebody else can leave and make space. You're playing way too far back. Step forwards. Step. All right. So because no one on your team has decided to take any space because this is gold 5, so what your team should have done after they wiped here is the whole team minus 1 person should have gone up and take this space up here to pin the opposing team back into this choke. All right. So your whole team is playing super passive. Again, if you were in the cart, it's possible other people would have felt comfortable to move forwards, but now you haven't gotten nearly as much space as you should have for those early picks. As soon as you see the Bastion get hooked, you should shoot the Bastion, just in case, right? And get rid of the nade. Again, there's a lot of abilities in this game that can save someone even after they get hooked, right? So right here, I shoot the Bastion and get ready to nade if he gets, like, for example, Suzu'd or something to make sure he dies after that. All right, good shot on the Ana. Your aim is good. Your aim is definitely way better than low gold, right? This is, at a minimum, I would say, like, high plat level aim, if not higher, right? It's the everything else that you need to work on. All right, you sleep the Rhine. I think it's reasonable to consider nading here because you're going to hit 3, and you never know if spam might end up in a kill. But if you also hold it, I think it's also not a terrible idea because that's a very easy nade there to hit 3. You get slapped. All right, again, nading a tank is typically like super high value. Can't help him. It's already over. All right. I mean, okay, that's okay. Sleep. I would save sleep for Bastion. You know Bastion's in this game, so save sleep for Bastion. Right. Sleeping the Rhine is probably not that important in this game. In this round, at least with the current speed. Again, you're playing so far back, right? Yeah, just advance. You know, fight's over. All right, second point. Okay, you see the Pharah. Oh man, that's sloppy, right? You're playing so far back that the gates have closed on you. Oh no, this is a terrible nano. All right, so because of your error where you're just cut off by the gate. Like imagine you're standing here, right? You can keep healing, right? You could probably poke down the Pharah. All right, like this happens, then at least you could counter nade the Moira right now, right? Again, obviously Diva's like kind of an issue, but you could counter nade right now on the Mei and potentially kill the Mei, right? You could keep your Mercy up. There's nothing you can do about the Hog, right? Because he's purple. But giving him nano there is no good because purple will block the healing through nano. You see how he gets nano, he doesn't get the healing, and he's frozen anyway. So, and this fight's over, right? They use ultis, that's fine. Reset. 15 seconds from now, you're gonna have another fight. I think, again, as you get better at Overwatch, you have to understand, like, the time. Like, it's okay to lose some fights, right? If they blow 5 ultis to win a fight and starting to respond, great. That only slows us down for 15 seconds. Save all our ultis, right? Don't use your ultis to try to turn a disadvantaged fight into a winning fight because it's typically not going to work anyway and you waste your ultimate. Ult economy is very, very important. And I can't explain the entire concept of ult economy in 15 seconds. But yeah, definitely think right now. Imagine that you had nano and imagine what difference that's going to make. Okay, kill this Ana. Yeah, this is the right call. No, just keep shooting her. She's stuck in a bad position, right? Right here, there's nowhere she can safely get to that you can't shoot. She can't go this way, right? And she drops this way, you can also shoot her, right? She would have to either drop down and go inside, which is probably her safest bet, or try to run up this way, or do a crazy run around this way. Either way, it gives you a chance, if she messes up a movement, to potentially kill her in 3 shots. Right? Nothing else will keep her out of the fight. Nothing you can do here, right? The highest value thing to do after he gets purpled is look for the Pharah and try to kill a Pharah. Right there, 1 shot, step forward, 2nd shot, right, 3rd shot, and then she's dead. And at least I've traded my hog for the Pharah. Right, if Pharah wasn't shooting you, she was shooting at the hog, so that you can take that opportunity to do something. Right, Bastion's in. Not much you can do there once your hog is dead. Right, especially to trade out. Gotta wait for your team. This D.Va bomb is good. This is sloppy. Alright, so I guess this is like your kind of newness at Overwatch kind of kicking in here. So you're playing here, you hear / see the D.Va bomb, right? You could just get into cover here, and you'd be fine, but you just kind of chill out here. You see how much time you have? You have plenty of time to walk in here and be safe. Right? I don't know if you don't know the D.Va bomb like sound effect, or you don't have the instinctual muscle memory to know what to do, but that's pretty sloppy. Right, you see the junk down there, again, not your problem. Like, your team Mercy's got it. Like, it's fine. Step forward. Again, you're like way too far back. The fight's already happening. Like, you should be like right here or right here by the time this fight's happening. And this is consistently happening because you play way too far back and way too safe. Right? You see how you get lost in the situation where like the team is fighting right now 4 on 5. Okay? Well, I guess 3 on 3-ish right now. It's like you're not doing anything. Let's just watch you for a second. Okay, so fight's starting to engage, right? Pharah's above you, you don't really react to that in time. Now fight's still happening, 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 and now you've gotten here, right, to the very back of the back line. Like you're taking yourself out of the fight for crazy long periods by just not sticking with your team. Yeah, this is no good. All right, I'm gonna stop there. So, in summary, number 1, I would say game sense, like awareness. Don't scope so much. Like, kind of be able to see the battlefield, right? Be able to see the areas, understand where danger will come from, and understand what you need to do to maintain line of sight on your friends, especially. Number 1. Number 2, ability usage with nades and sleeps, right? I think we talked about that. Don't use them wildly. Use them when they have a high chance of value. Number 3 is play with your team, right? Probably playing way too far back on a consistent basis, right? I think aim is good, right? Being able to generally identify weak targets. Like, again, sometimes, like, remember that Moira was like 1 health and you didn't kill her, or not the Moira, the Mercy. Like general aim, general like targeting damage is like fine. I think mostly it's just like play with your team, right? Have awareness of the battlefield, like understand like the game situation, be able to sync like your healing with when your team needs it, right? Sometimes you can do damage, sometimes you can't. Recognize like how much damage are my teammates taking, am I in a position to be able to heal them, and think through those things. Okay, hopefully that's helpful.